Hello friends, today on PlayStation News, is Sony teasing an upcoming state of play? A new PlayStation controller patent? Konami explains the need of remaking Metal Gear Solid 3? Call of Duty dominates sales again, and more. Let's get to it. We start with some quick-fire news that you need to know in 60 seconds. The Stellar Blade Nier Automata DLC launches on November 20, bringing 11 new cosmetics, 4 outfits, a revamped photo mode, plus lip syncing for 6 languages. Capcom veteran Hideaki Itsuno has joined Tencent's Lightspeed Japan studio operating from Tokyo and Osaka. He aims to create fresh AAA action games. Lies of P publisher NeoWiz has signed an $8 million deal for Saka Saint's first game, a noir western RPG about a sheriff in a mining town. The studio was founded by veterans from The Witcher 2 and Shadow Warrior. The GTA trilogy has received some improvements after the release of a Netflix port. It adds classic lighting plus character model changes on all platforms, hopefully redeeming its awful launch in 2021. Sony has slashed the digital PS5 Slim by $70 until December 24, bringing it down to $380 in the US as part of the new holiday campaign. With that out of the way, let's continue talking about the Sony's holiday campaign because fans are thinking that it hints at a future state of play. In the new trailer at the 46-second mark, you can see a flight schedule that has 3/12/2024, which is the date for the 30th anniversary of the original PlayStation. But what if they are teasing something more, as there have been theories for a while that Sony could do a 30th anniversary state of play, similar to how they did a 25th anniversary state of play in December 2019. If you don't remember, that one announced Resident Evil 3 Remake, the Kingdom Hearts 3 DLC, and a tease for Ghost of Tsushima with a full reveal at the Game Awards the following week. The Game Awards usually happens in the first 10 days of December, but this time is on December 12th, lining up with the show from 2019, adding to the speculation. Maybe it's nothing more than the PS1 release date reference, but we'll see. What do you think? Post your theories in the comments. Next, we have some small news about Bluepoint's upcoming game. So this is according to insider Jeff Grubb, who says that their next PlayStation exclusive is an original IP, not a remake, but it's something entirely new. It's a pretty big deal because Bluepoint has built its reputation on amazing remakes and remasters like Demon's Souls and Shadow of the Colossus. They haven't really created a new IP since their first game, Blast Factor, on PS3 back in 2006. Grubb hinted that we could see something new about the game really soon, though we don't know when that will be, maybe at that rumored state of play in December. Sony did say recently in their financial report that they want to release a major new game every year moving forward, so fingers crossed that we can see Bluepoint's next game on PS5 really soon. What kind of game would you like to see from Bluepoint? Sound off in the comments. Now let's talk about a new PlayStation patent that lets you sort of rewind time. So Sony might be planning to add a rewind button on future PlayStation controllers if a recent patent filing is anything to go by. The patent was actually filed early last year, but it just went public at the end of October. And the idea isn't for replaying parts of a game, but to help players review what they just saw. Say that you are in the middle of a quest and got some important instructions, but later you forget the details when you actually try to complete that quest. So this button would let you rewind to review those frames, so you are not lost on where to go in the next area. Of course, this is just a patent, so who knows if it will end up actually happening, but the console already records your live gameplay, so it wouldn't be that weird and maybe helpful to some people. Would a rewind button be useful to you? Let me know in the comments. Moving on, Konami has explained a bit more why they are bringing back Metal Gear Solid 3 in the new Delta remake. In an interview with Play Magazine, Konami has openly said that one big reason for remaking Metal Gear Solid 3 is to introduce the franchise to a younger generation. Series producer Noriaki Okamura explained they realized that many newer players aren't familiar with the Metal Gear series, so this remake is their way of getting it into modern hands. It's also why they are replacing the 3 in the title with Delta, to make it feel like a fresh start for fans old and new, given it's a prequel. Konami has done some positive things to bring back the Metal Gear series after almost a decade, with the Master Collection last year even with all of the issues, and now Delta. Sadly, we don't have a release date yet, but with the Game Awards getting closer, maybe we'll find out there. What do you think? Place your bets in the comments. We also have news about Call of Duty, as it has become the bestseller in the UK for the month of October, according to Game Industry's report on digital and physical sales. Black Ops 6 was number 1 in the region, with a staggering 75% being sold on PlayStation, compared to 15% on PC and under 11% on Xbox, obviously because it is included in Game Pass. The game overall sold 11% less than Modern Warfare 3 last year, but only considering PlayStation sales, as we don't have Game Pass, the game sold 24% more. It was followed by EA Sports FC 25, dropping one spot from September, but the EA game is also selling less than the same period last year by 14%. Third was Dragon Ball Sparking Zero, a new release for October, and it has done amazing for Bandai Namco, with 80% over 2020's Dragon Ball Z Kakarot. In fourth place is undisputed the licensed boxing game from developer Steel City Interactive, and it also made the second best-selling sports game behind EA Sports FC 25. Silent Hill 2 landed at number 5, and it was a solid launch for the horror remake, even if it fell short of Dead Space numbers by 32% or Resident Evil 4 by 62%. Rounding up the top 10 were Hogwarts Legacy and Grand Theft Auto 5 at 6 and 7 respectively, picks in the same spot from last month. Warhammer 40,000 Space Marine 2 followed at number 8, dropping from number 1 in September. Then there was Super Mario Party Jamboree at number 9 and Sonic Crossout Generations at number 10, selling 150% more than Sonic Superstars, but 21% less than Sonic Frontiers. Missing from the chart were Dragon Age: The Veilguard and the Horizon Remaster, but both games released on October 31st and didn't make it to the top 10. Chris Drink from Game Industry points out that Dragon Age did the same as Dragon's Dogma 2 and Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, as it didn't do massive in sales, but it's fine. However, we don't know EA's expectations to determine if it was a success. On the accessories side, white and midnight black PS5 controllers dominated sales, while the Portal did pretty good, landing the 4th spot in the ranking. PS5 was number 1 in console sales, selling 27% more than September, but dropping 18% compared to last year. It was followed by Switch in second and Xbox in third place, also performing better than September, but down compared to October 2023. Overall console sales in the region rose by 14% compared to September this year, but were down 18% compared to October last year. Now, what do you think about these game sales results, and did your favorite game make the chart? Let me know about that and all of the other news that we talk about in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, consider giving it a thumbs up, sharing and subscribing, as it helps the channel continue to grow. And with that, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.